Hey, all right, welcome back. Just breezing through the first hour here, and I love having my friends on the show because I'm very proud of many of my friends, most of my friends, if not all of my friends, or they wouldn't be my friends. But when you have a great friend like Carla on, and you hear about all the great things she's doing as a businesswoman, and then also as a philanthropist to help save dogs and animals and stick up for those who can't stick up for themselves. You got to follow it up with another great friend, someone who's with us all the time. Before we left the studio, she was coming in once a week and joining me for the whole couple hours. And now we're in the quarantine portion of our TV career, but Jennifer Bohr-Cuevas joins us again, as usual. She's a licensed clinical social worker and a disaster mental health professional. And Jen, you are still ripping mad about the potential of schools not opening again. What are the dangers we run here with this distance learning continuing?
Yeah, I am mad. I am very mad. I believe that if we don't get these kids back to school in the next couple of months, that we are going to be facing the next public health crisis for the kids from a social emotional perspective. Um, they are they have been it's been by August it will have been 6 months, and they will have been without instruction. They will have been without the social emotional experience, and I think that to go any longer than the 6 months we have been in would be detrimental for them.
And I know, we had you on many times when the crisis first started and stuff, and you were talking about mindfulness and getting yourself in a good place, and those are all, good techniques, I guess, in the crisis point. But you are a disaster mental health professional, and kids not being in school, especially kids with extra special needs, this is a disaster for them, isn't it? And it's really something that we can't treat, all kids the same. There's certain kids that need extra help, and that's what our school system is there for.
Absolutely. And I have to say, as an advocate for special needs children, I have a brand new appreciation for the public school system. I was often quite hard on them when I was advocating for either Jesse or any of my patients. But I have a new appreciation for just how much we need them and how important they are. So I really feel that if we don't get this going by the fall, we're going to be in big trouble here. And again, I mean, I do believe that in March we had to close down because of the pandemic. But if New York specifically continues to remain in this contained state of the pandemic, then there's no reason why we shouldn't be opening up with reasonable safety measures.
So, Jen, one of the things that I've been talking about for a long time on Liquid Lunch is, they barely teach American history in schools anymore. There's so much liberal bias at the upper levels, but it seems that it's trickling down at the local level. I agree with you. The teachers, the actual people who are out there working hard and they're in the union, they're great people and they care about the kids. But the leaders of some of these teachers' unions are really dragging the whole union to the left in a bad way. Is there a way we could kind of not, I heard Betsy DeVos saying we're not going to give federal funds to places where they don't have an open mind, at least. We need a little more open-mindedness. Otherwise, they're just programming our kids.
Yeah, the liberal bias, it is being manifested in the public schools more than I've ever seen it before since Trump was elected. And I believe that on the college level, that it is very much a part of the college experience. And from a psychological perspective, I believe that when the liberal bias is so illuminated, I think that what it does is um, it takes away the lessons of critical thinking for our students. And when they struggle to critically think, I think they then overreact. And that is why we see, sorry, my puppy's in the way. I think when
Well,
they
we've already had one puppy in the show today, so if you want to put the pup on your lap, that's fine. Jen,
Carla would like her.
yeah, it's all right. It's a totally terrific Tuesday. Puppies are allowed today,
But just to go back to my point, when the bias is there and kids aren't being taught more about history than I believe they are, then they become reactive, and I think that's why today, in our, even in the last few months, with the protesting, you see people in the millennial generation acting out, knocking over statues, protesting. I even know of millennials that I'm treating who are being bullied by their friends because they're not choosing to participate in the protests or in the dismantling of national treasures. So yeah, so I think that the liberal bias definitely is an obstacle to our kids learning how to critically think.
that's for
If that
sure.
makes sense.
That is for sure. All right, Jen, we got to leave it there. Thank you so much for all the work you do for the kids and our audience. Everyone says you're so soothing and calming, which you are. You're the best.
I love our Facebook audience. I do.
Yeah, they're the best, and you're right up there with the top of the crop. Thank you very much, Jen. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye.
Jennifer Bohr-Cuevas. She's a disaster mental health expert, and I should have her on retainer because I'm a disaster. But we're going to take a quick break right here, and we're going to come back with a little more liquid lunch and a lot more of the news of the day. And our good friend joins us again this week. Fog City Midge is here, one of the top influencers on social media, and she joins us every week now. And her and I are going to kick it real about what's happening in the fake news and everything you need to know. Quick break.